The great outdoors, there's nothing like it, especially in the central Susquehanna Valley where we have hunting, fishing, boating, you name it. But during the winter, when there's a foot of snow on the ground, outdoor lovers need a place to go to get ready for their next season. And that's where the Earlybird Sports Expo comes in. The Earlybird Sports Expo is in its 28th year at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds. It was started by the well-known outdoors couple Tom and Mary Lou Austin and was taken over 9 years ago by the 4 members of the Brote family who run it and make decisions as a family. This event started out small with just a few vendors, but now has almost 130 spread across 3 buildings. Thousands of people come here to get out of the cold and away from the snow to think about their outdoor exploits when the weather is a little more cooperative and what, if anything, they may need for that trip outside into the woods or onto a lake or river.
It's a great little local show that's close to home. It's affordable. It's nice to come to. Free parking. There's good food. You get some vendors from the fair with the fair food, which is great. You get your fair fix in the wintertime. But we just have good variety, and we like to keep the variety and keep a family show for our visitors.
We stopped by on a Friday afternoon during a slower time. There were still people milling around, stopping and talking to vendors about chartering a fishing boat, taking a look at various racks or the newest kinds of blinds that you could use to get up off the ground and out of sight. This show is not only about stopping and talking to those vendors, it's about doing, interacting, or maybe getting eye to eye with a critter you may see out there. The Pocono Wildlife Rehabilitation and Education Center brought 10 to 12 of its ambassadors here for visitors to take a closer look. They are a non-profit organization with volunteers who are trained to take in animals and care for them until they can go back outdoors. They have about 1,200 animals a year, although some stay around to be ambassadors, like this owl that was being paraded around the building so that the people here could get up close and ask questions. There also is a porcupine, and it's fairly common for Pocono Wildlife to have one of these. Madeline also is here, a captive red skunk who has been descented so that she can be used to educate the public about the problems that can develop when you pick up an orphan baby skunk. Then there's Einstein, the albino crow.
We got him about 7 years ago. He was found as a baby under a tree, and his being an albino presents problems that he can't go back to the wild. His feathers are very brittle, and that's just part of his protein problems that he has being an albino. He is also a little bit light sensitive, so that would be a problem for him being a daytime bird.
How rare is it to find an albino crow?
To find one would be very rare. To have one happen, we don't know, because most of them die before they're ever found.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
So now you've had him for 7 years, so is he the one that doesn't go back into the wild?
He is an education ambassador. We don't bring animals out in public that are going back to the wild. It's not good for them, and it could be unhealthy for people.
Euler tells us that because these animals have been handled so much, it has put them at a disadvantage to be back out in the woods. So as an educational ambassador, the idea is to handle them a lot so that they'll get used to it. And just as you would find an albino crow in one spot, you'll find an albino bear in another. Except this one isn't going to cause you any trouble and is tucked in amongst all the other animals in various poses they would have struck back when they were still alive. Taxidermy is a big outdoor business, as is evidenced by the large number of stuffed animals that you'll find here, both ones that you could see in a nearby field and ones that would be in a Great Plain half a world away. And while these animals aren't moving anymore, others nearby will be all over you if you have the opportunity to sit down with them. They are German Shorthairs out of Carbon County. They and others like them are the work of Mike Wagner and his wife of Dusty W. German Shorthairs.
We love animals. We have a farm and stuff. Shorthairs have always been very special to our heart. And this was a way for what I want to do is make a living doing this, and that's what we're doing now. Things have been very, very good for us. Matter of fact, this is our 6th year, and we picked up Sport Dog as a sponsor. So things are going very well for us, and we really like it here at Bloomsburg. This is our first show of the year every year, and we do very well here.
Isa, Dozier, and Mishka are among the 14 dogs Wagner has right now, and they will be used for breeding, with their puppies for sale at $1,000 a piece. They're bred to be on the small side, between 35 and 45 pounds, so that dad can have a good hunting dog and mom doesn't have to worry about a small horse running around the house. Wagner says they believe in and require owners to keep the dogs in the house because it's better for them and creates a better bonding experience, so the dog is raised to be a family companion. And oh yeah, when they're not licking you like crazy, they also make exceptional hunting dogs. The Earlybird Sports Expo also prides itself on being an event for the whole family, with mom and dad and other adults looking at stuff they'll need, like clothing, boats, outdoor vehicles, and turkey calls, while the kids can stop at stations where they can learn how to shoot a BB gun, to aim it and handle it so they don't shoot their eye out. Or they can try this. It's an inflatable archery setup where kids can pull back a bow without fear of hurting themselves or anyone, and they'll learn the rudiments of how to aim. The nice thing is that it's also for the young at heart, like Bethany and I. So we give it a try.
And we want to click it in here. Oh, we just separate them here.
Oh, got it.
There we go. Make some space.
We're firing at the ball.
We fire at the balls, yes. Set my extra arrow down. You ready? All right. Just draw back. Try to keep your finger up here. Oh! Should try again, huh?
And another. And another. Until we start to think that maybe we know what we need to do to aim properly and hit that floating ball. And finally, on the fourth try, hit the mark. Now, while my brief success may have me dreaming of heading outdoors with a bow, my practical side says it'll never happen. At least not like the people who compete in the most popular event here, the 3D archery. The competitors are up on stands, firing away at 20 targets, with some as far away as 45 yards. 5 archers compete at a time, and there's prize money involved.
So as you can see, there's plenty to see and do at the Earlybird Sports Expo, including 360 hunting blinds. And if you're interested in coming next year, we can tell you already the dates are January 26th through the 29th. And if you have a story idea for us, email us at IYN@secv8.com. Check out our Facebook page and YouTube. We'll see you next time.